How's it going, everybody? No Friendo here, and today on the channel we're going to be talking about Immortals Fenyx Rising on the Nintendo Switch. Now, before we get started, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button with bell notifications turned on. That way you can get notified when I post another video. Now, just so you guys know, when I first started up this game and I first started playing it, there was a lot of hype around it, and I was excited to get into it because a lot of people were comparing it to Breath of the Wild, which is a whole nother subject. I don't know if I'm going to get into that all so much in this video, but I did a comparison, a graphics comparison of this game and Breath of the Wild. So I'll put that in the cards above. You guys can check that one out. But the game itself was just okay. Now, to me, Breath of the Wild is a much better game. This game holds no candle to that game. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game. It's amazing. But a lot of YouTubers and a lot of media outlets were talking about how it kind of resembled Breath of the Wild. And yes, there are certain things to it. But when this game launched on Nintendo Switch, it was pretty rough. And it kind of took me out of the experience, even though the game plays pretty well. And, the character design and, the story itself isn't too deep. It doesn't take itself too serious, but it's pretty funny. I like that about this game, but the overall visuals of this game just took me out of the experience, and I put it down. I put it down for weeks, not maybe a whole month, and I just recently went back to it a couple days ago. And when I started this game back up again, it started to update, and it took about 5 to 10 minutes to update. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video, is these updates that we're getting for Immortals Fenyx Rising. Because I think Ubisoft is doing us a little bit of a favor. They're doing the game some justice here by updating the game. Now, let me go back up. When this game launched on December 3rd, 2020, it launched day and date with other platforms, I kind of wish Ubisoft would have waited to release the Nintendo Switch version. Because to me, it's worth it to wait. For example, for instance, Doom Eternal. That was kind of a bummer that we didn't get it day and date on Nintendo Switch. But then again, it was worth the wait because that game is amazing. What Panic Button did on the Nintendo Switch port was absolutely amazing. That game is awesome. I love Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. But anyway, I kind of wish they would have waited to launch this game because like I said, it took me out of the experience because the frame rate, because the visuals weren't just, I don't know, you could tell they needed a little bit more work for the Nintendo Switch version. Now, like I said, I started this game up a couple days ago. It was actually February 28th, 2021, and it started updating. Like I was saying, it took about 5 to 10 minutes to update. And then I was like, wow, this is a pretty substantial update. What is going on? So I started looking into it. I wanted to see what the update was all about. And that's what I'm going to show right here on the screen, guys. So now you guys can see right here, this is version 1.1.1, and these are the patch notes. Now there are some highlights here where they, you added some more loadouts, some better options with that, some new quests, world events, things of that nature. But if you look at the bottom here, there is some gameplay enhancements and also some graphic enhancements, and they added in some some more tweaks to the special effects. And that's what I kind of wanted to look at. And that's what I wanted to talk about in this video, because thank goodness Ubisoft is doing that for this game. Now, as you can see in the footage I have, I actually saved this footage from when I did my Breath of the Wild comparison, where this was version 1.1.0 next to the new version, right? Obviously, you guys can see that on screen. But when I started up this game over the weekend, I realized that it does look a little bit better. Now, my monitor is pretty nice. It is. It will show imperfections on the screen. It'll really show rough edges, frame rate issues and stuff. I'll see that, as I'm playing the game. And I started playing this new version, this new update, and I was actually kind of impressed. So that gives me hope for the future of Immortals Fenyx Rising going forward. Like I said, it's only been out a couple months. If they're doing updates almost every single month since the game launched, because I looked back and I found more updates. There was like 2 other ones. One I believe, in December after the game launched, and then in January. So, and then right here, what you're looking at, version 1.1.1 was released on February 11th of 2021. So that gives me hope going forward in the future for Immortals Fenyx Rising. Say Jimmy wants a new game for Christmas coming up at the end of this year, and he decides to pick this game. Hopefully that by that point, you know, it'll look a little bit better. And also, if we get a Nintendo Switch Pro, this game will probably look and run a lot better on the Pro. So that gives me hope for the future of this game. And, you know, even though it's kind of an underrated game, and I think a lot of gamers, a lot of average gamers will miss out on this title, if you're watching this video, definitely pick it up. I think what Ubisoft is doing with this game is really good. And going forward, this game has some life to it. Like I said, I kind of wish they would have waited to release it, you know, so it was a little bit more polished for the Nintendo Switch, but that's okay. I think what this game has is definitely a future on the Nintendo Switch, and we will be touching on that going forward in other videos if they keep updating it. I will let you guys know, and yeah, we'll just keep talking about it. But let me know down in the comments below, guys, if you're playing this game, if you like this game. You know, like I said, I don't love this game. I like it, you know, and so it definitely is a game that I hope gets a little bit more polished into it as far as the visuals go, because it plays really well, and that's what was pulling me out of the experience with these frame rate issues, texture issues, color issues. You know, I've seen some really beautiful games on the Switch, and like I was saying before, Doom Eternal looks absolutely amazing. So, you know, hey, maybe Ubisoft needs to call Panic Button and get some help with this. But even so, you know, this game is a good game, and it is definitely worth the value that it's at. I just hope we see a little bit more love done to it. But let me know down in the comments below, guys, if you guys are playing this game, if you like this game, you know, and if you see a change at this new version. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. For me, it looked like, you know, something. It just looks like a little bit better to me, and I hope that they're working on that, and going forward, we'll just get a better version with the next update as well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
Small creature imprisoned on the isle. She let out a cry.